watching the Trojan Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Trojan Network for tonight's homecoming game between your Gordon Lee Trojans and the visiting Christian Heritage Lions. We've got about 6 minutes on the clock before kickoff. But before we get started tonight, I want to thank all of our sponsors of the Trojan Network so far this year. First off, Greg Payne Mortgage Team, Beth Price with Keller Williams, Water Sucks, Local Storage, North Georgia Technical College, Jessica Parrish with TVFCU, Chitter Chatter, Jimmy Sprayberry Insurance, Honey and June Boutique, Crawfish Springs Custom Cabinetry and Millworks, Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts, the Trojan Club, Jab Energy, Real Estate Partners, Burke French Homes, Summit Physical Therapy, the Local Beard Company, and our newest sponsor, Nick Bomar Trucking. For all of your topsoil, dirt, and gravel needs, contact Nick Bomar Trucking. So we should have an exciting game tonight. It's been a very busy day here in Chickamauga. This game was selected by Channel 3, the local news channel, as the game of the week. So we had a 6 a.m. pep rally where we had well over 1,000 students and fans here this morning for an early morning pep rally. 9:30 we had the homecoming parade, and then the homecoming festivities began at 5:30. And now we are about ready to kick off a football game. So it's been a busy day and a busy week here in Chickamauga. Hopefully these Trojans were able to enjoy these festivities, but have now cleared their mind of that and are ready to play football tonight. I see all of our seniors lining up here. As is customary each week, Coach Groce will send out all the seniors to the 50-yard line, then walk out the 4 captains to the center of the field for the coin toss. Your Trojans come in at 2-1. Trojans weren't able to play last week. They were scheduled to play against Armurchie at Armurchie. However, there was a tragic incident that took place amongst the Armurchie community. They lost one of their football players to a car accident, so that game's been postponed till October 10th. So the Trojans got an unexpected week off last week, leaving them at 2-1 and with that bad taste in their mouth, that close loss they had to Heritage 2 weeks ago. Trojans ended up losing 21-28 to the Generals after leading 14-0 at the end of the first quarter and leading by 11 at halftime. So tough loss there for the Trojans. They're looking to get back on the winning side of things here tonight. Christian Heritage dominated Dade County last week. Christian Heritage got off to a pretty slow start first 2 games of the season. I believe they lost their first 2 games, but they've been victorious their last 2 games. And they've seen the rise of a young freshman quarterback who's been throwing it all over the yard. So the Trojans are going to need to be ready tonight to defend the pass. So we'll see what the coaches have come up with. You see now 4 captains for the Trojans headed out. Number 9, Peyton Groce. Number 33, Lane Vaughn. Number 53, Griffin Moore. And number 1, Landon Norton. Trojans are shaking hands with the Lions. Officials are going to give their instructions. We'll get this coin tossed and get this game on the road. See the Trojans coming out of the locker room and headed towards the new helmet they have, inflatable helmet. I think we will see some smoke. Trojans will come out of that helmet, run through the traditional L before coming to the sideline Looks like Christian Heritage won the toss. They decided to defer. So the Trojans will receive the kickoff. That'll be the first time the Trojans have received to start a game this season, so we will see what that looks like. Trojans like to get down the field quickly, put 7 on the board early here, put some pressure on that young freshman quarterback for Christian Heritage. Captains are shaking hands. They'll head back to meet their teammates who are currently in the middle of saying a prayer. And then we'll head through that new helmet. Smoke is starting to pour through that helmet down on the field. Clock ticks down to 1:20 before we kick this thing off. The community's been buzzing about this game all day, being selected as the game of the week.
Trojan fans, get on your feet and let's welcome to the field
cheerleaders, fans playing, and the Trojans are firing this stands are relatively full. However, the visitor stands a little light today. Christian Heritage is a small private school in golf. Looks like they traveled with a lot of fans today. Both teams circling up, getting their final instructions from the coaching staffs as the Trojan band leaves the field. Christian Heritage's kickoff team makes it onto the field first. Trojans are waiting for the band to clear before they can make their way to the field. And we'll get this thing kicked off. The Trojan coaches came up here to the Trojan Network perch to hang out with us tonight, so we might get some insight from the middle of the game here. We'll see. Clock's been set for 12 minutes, and we're about to kick this thing off. Groce is back deep with Norton and Oliver as his up backs. Then that next line is going to be Dylan Curry, number 6. Garrett Ross, and number 3, Logan Price. Here is the kick. It's going to be a high, deep kickoff. Should be fielded by Groce at about the 3-yard line. He's got a nice head of steam. Good gap up the middle. He's going to get out to about the 26-yard line. That'll be first and 10 for your Trojans from the 26. Not a bad return there. It was good high kickoff. Gave the kicking team some time to get down the field. Trojans did a decent job of blocking there, was able to spring Groce to the 26. Trojans need to go 74 yards here, put 7 on the board. We're going to line up the trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, Groce to the left of Day here in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Groce here. He finds a little bit of a gap. He's going to get all the way across the 30-yard line to the 32-yard line. Going to be a pickup of about 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Trojans. Trojans remain in that same set. Trips at the bottom of your screen. Norton, Oliver. Looks like Garrison. Going to be a toss out here to Garrison on the outside. He's going to make his way all the way to the 40-yard line.
Pass complete to number 5, Noah Garrison.
10 yards there. First down. Brought to you by Beth Price with Keller Williams. Nice catch there.
First down 10, Gordon Lee.
By Garrison. Twins top and bottom of your screen. Looks like Lane Vaughn's come in the backfield. Looks like number 11, Hurley McAllister, is going to be the receiver at the top of your screen there. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn straight up the middle. Vaughn back. He's going to pick up about 6 yards there. Across the 45-yard line to the 46. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 4. So nice run there by Vaughn. Looks like the Trojans are going to have trips at the top of your screen. Single receiver North at the bottom. Vaughn's going to remain in the backfield here. Straight drop back here. Going to go deep to Norton. He's going to be open. open. Ball's going to hit his hands. He's going to be unable to
Pass
hold
intended to
on.
number 1,
Double
Landon Norton,
coverage there. So
incomplete.
that's going to bring up
Meaning
third
on the play, number 5, Nigel Bruce.
for the Trojans.
It's third down.
Ball's played well there by Day. Would have been a tough catch for Norton. We expect a handoff here to Groce to get this first down. Christian Heritage is a little undersized on the defensive line. We'll see if the Trojans can continue to make holes here for the backs. Going to be a quick toss out here to number 8, Oliver. He does nice work making the first man miss, but only picks up a yard. That's going to bring up 4th and 3. Trojans are going to be sitting
Pass complete to number 8, Bryson
at
Oliver.
the 47-yard line. Looks like the Trojans
Hills.
are going to run on the punt team here.
Gain of 1 yard on the play. It's 4th down and 3 for the Trojans.
Braxton Daniel comes in to punt.
Back in punt formation for the
A couple
Trojans.
fake
Back
punts
deep for
against
the Lions.
Heritage for
Nigel
big
Bruce.
runs by Braxton Daniel. I'm sure Christian Heritage has prepared for that. Here's a snap. It's going to be a straight kick. Trojan's going to get down the field, but this is going to be a returnable ball. It is fumbled, though. Looks like the ball went around. The Trojans are going to
Fumble on the play, recovered by number 3, Logan Price.
Nice job there. Kick was high and deep. Should have been returnable, but the returner just dropped it. The Trojans did a nice job there hitting that returner, and that's going to be a turnover brought to you by Summit Physical Therapy.
Ball is placed on the 20-yard line.
The Trojans take over again, first and 10.
20.
At the yard line, looks like we're going to have number 33, Vaughn, here in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn, little on the outside run. He's going to pick up about 2 yards there, down to the 18. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Tackle made by John Stanley. Sawyer Thorne. Gain of 2 yards on
So
the play.
nice
It's
punt
2nd
there
down
by
and 8.
Daniel. Nice and high. It was not the rugby-style punt that he has been doing, so it was a returnable punt. But the returner just dropped the ball. Trojans were able to recover. It's going to be a handoff to Groce on the outside, and he is going to be all the way down to the right line. Really?
And now goes another line. Peyton Rose.
More on the outside. Sprung number
Tackle made by
Groce.
number 5, Nigel Bruce.
Looks like
Ball
Vaughn's
is on the
going
1-yard line.
to be in
It's
the
1st and
backfield here
goal,
now. So we're
Trojans.
going to run double tight. Number 6, Garrett Ross. Number 3, Logan Price. Also, looks like we've got number 17, Levi Meacham in at tight end as well. It's going to be a wildcat for number 33, Vaughn. He's going to
Correct snap goes to number 33, Larry Vaughn to the Trojans. Touchdown.
Trojans. Christian Heritage has to be kicking themselves there. They did a good job stopping the Trojans on their first possession, but that muff punt set the Trojans up in the red zone, and the Trojans were able to just run the ball directly down Christian Heritage's throat for 6, and now we await the extra point here from Ira Grimes, who's perfect on extra points this season. Here's a snap, hold by Braxton Daniel. Kick is up, and kick is good.
The point after by Ira Grimes is good.
Excellent series there for the Trojans running the football. 3 plays, 20 yards. The Trojans take a 7-0 lead. Clock sits at 8 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. PA system's playing a little jump around. Fans are bobbing up and down, love to see it. Trojan kickoff team is headed out on the field.
Kicking off for the Trojans, number 26, Ira Grimes.
Grimes has done a good job so far this season kicking off. shown the ability to kick it wherever the coach asks him to. See if we can continue that trend here tonight. Lions have 2 deep men standing at the 10. Here's the kick by Grimes. It's going to be high. It's going to come down at about the 18-yard line. Going to be a big hold, though. Looks like number 8, Bryce is going to make the tackle about 30. The ball is kicked all the way to the left side here at about the 20-yard line. The returner carried the ball all the way across the field, picked up about 15. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 35-yard line. Looks like Trojans are going to come out in their traditional defense here. The snap's going to be a straight drop back. Nice slam out there. Pick up the pass and goes to number 4. Good throw and catch there.
Tackle made by Bryson Oliver.
Quick pitch.
Yards on the play. It's 2nd down and 2.
Looks like Christian Heritage just watched the film, saw that the Trojans were a little bit susceptible on some of those quick routes against Heritage. We'll see if the Trojans make any adjustments here. Look at the bottom of your screen. Have about an 8-yard cushion here. Another straight drop back, quick hitch. Going to be tackled for a loss there, though, by number 3, Logan Price, number 3, Lane Vaughn. It's a nice job there by the Trojans.
The play failed to gain. It is 3rd down and 2.
Bringing up 3rd and 2 there. So nice no gain there. Good tackle there by Logan Price and Lane Vaughn. Christian Heritage tried to get the Trojans to jump off sides there. You have twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Need to be careful backing out too fast here. Nice tackle there.
Recovered by number 5, Noah Garrison.
Back was trying to make something happen. Don't think he was going to get the 1st down. Was still trying to fight through the tackle. Ended up fumbling, and now the Trojans take over on the Lions' 35-yard line. So again, great field position for the Trojans here on the
34-yard line. 1st down 10, Trojans from the Lions' 34.
Looks like we're going to have twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Groce is in the backfield. Number 3, Price there at the tight end sniffer position. We have a little bit of a pull up the middle here. Groce is going to pick up about 3 yards. That's going to all the way down to the 31-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Tackle made by number 88, Benji Hitchmerheisen. Gain of 3 yards on the play. It's 2nd down and 7.
That's it. Spotters saying they saw a little bit of a late hit there. I did not see it. That does not mean it didn't happen, believe me. Eyes are all over the field here. Twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Groce again in the backfield. Here's a snap. It's going to be a straight drop back. Ball is going to be thrown on a flag route to number 8.
Complete to number 1, Groce for the touchdown.
Real estate Expos. Great throw there by Dave to number 8, Oliver, for another Trojan touchdown. So 2 turnovers by Christian Heritage have resulted in 2 touchdowns by the Trojans, and we're pending an extra point here from Ira Grimes to make it 14-0 with 6:29 left to go here in the 1st quarter. Trojans have got this homecoming game off to a fast start. Braxton Daniels set to hold. Here's the snap, ball's down, kick is up, and kick is good.
Snapping is Murphy, holding Daniel on the point after by
6:29 left to go here in the 1st quarter. If you're the coaches for Christian Heritage, you're kicking yourself a little bit. Your team's done a pretty good job, but 2 turnovers have got them down 14-0. The Trojans have been able to capitalize on both of those turnovers. Put 7 points on the board each time. And that's what gives the Trojans this 14-0 lead. Want to give a shout out to folks watching there in Villagefield. Shout out to Yaya, Bobo, Kristen, Wade, Tucker, Reagan, and a special happy birthday to Becca there in Milledgeville. Trojans are lining up here, kickoff again. Grimes kicked it to about the 20-yard line last time. See if we can go a little bit deeper here. It's going to be a high kick. It's actually going to come down at about the 25-yard line. Tackle's going to be made by number 20, Dylan Curry, at about the 27-yard line. And so the Lions will take over first and 10 there. Again, 2 turnovers by Christian Heritage so far. See if the Trojans can continue to work to take the football away.
Being placed on the 27-yard line. First down 10. Lions from their own 27.
Corners tonight are going to be number 5, Garrison, number 8, Oliver. Safeties are going to be number 1, Norton. Looks like we got a late comer on here. Going to be a quick out route to number 5. He's going to be hit by number 33, Vaughn. But it's going to be a pickup of about 7 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 3. Again, Christian Heritage sees the big cushion that comes from running that cover 3, and they're just throwing those quick out routes or quick stop routes.
2nd down and 3.
For yardage there. See if these defensive linemen, those quick 3-step drops, they're not going to be able to get to the quarterback. Can they get their hands up, get some hands in the throwing lanes here? Twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. It's going to be a run up the middle. Probably going to be enough there for the first down. Football gets all the way out to the 37-yard line, and that is the first down of the game for the Lions. So it'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Christian Heritage is going to line up with double twins, single back in the backfield, quarterback in a shotgun set. Trojans going with a bit of a 3-3 look here. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers. Going to be a straight drop back. Quarterback's going to take off on the run. Tackle's going to be made there nicely by number 4, Braxton Daniel, after the gain of a yard.
Tackle made by number 4.
Looks like we had a blitz there from Daniel from the top side. Flushed that quarterback out. He was able to chase that quarterback down. Does not count as a sack, but was so close to being a Crawfish Springs custom cabinetry sack. Nice tackle there by number 4, Braxton Daniel, chasing that quarterback down from behind and bringing up 2nd and 9 as the clock continues to roll. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Trojans come back with that 3-3 look here. Looks like they are going to blitz from the top. Pressure being put on the quarterback. He's going to just throw it away. He was outside the tackle box. Incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. For Christian Heritage. Nice job there by number 6, Garrett Ross, as he put pressure on that quarterback, chased him out. He had to roll to his right and could not find an open receiver there. So Trojans have put the Lions in a 3rd and long situation here. See if they can pin their ears back, put a little bit of pressure on this quarterback. Corners can come up, make a quick, easy tackle. Going to go empty backfield here. Trips at the top of your screen, 2 receivers at the bottom. Looks like we're going to have a blitz coming from number 3, Price. Let's see if he can get through here. Number 6, Ross, again flushed the quarterback. Ball's thrown, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Ball gets all the way across the 45 to the 47-yard line. 9-yard pickup exactly. That's going to bring up 1st and 10 there for Christian Heritage. Quarterback did a nice job there evading the pressure, throwing that football on the run. Something you don't see a lot of freshman quarterbacks do. So nice play there from the freshman quarterback to keep the drive alive for Christian Heritage. Looks like we're going to go with the same formation, just flipped it here. Trips at the bottom of your screen, twins at the top, no back in the backfield, so an empty set here. Looks like we're going to have another blitz coming from the top of your screen here. Ball's going to be thrown deep. Good coverage there by number 9. Groce, no flags. Nice pass defense there by number 9, Groce, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Christian Heritage. Groce was with that receiver step for step.
2nd down 10.
In high school, you don't have to turn around and look for that football as long as you're not running through the receiver. So it's not pass interference, and that brings up 2nd and 10 for Christian Heritage. They're coming out again, same empty set. Twins at the top, trips at the bottom. Looks like the Trojans are going to bring the house here. Nice defense there by number 5, Noah Garrison. Quarterback rolled to his right, tried to throw a quick end round. Garrison did a nice job there, exactly what you want to see from a corner. He had one hand on the back of the receiver, raked that ball out with his opposite hand, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Love to see quality technique from our DBs there. Good job from Garrison. Same thing here, empty set, trips and twins. Trojans are bringing the heat. Number 6, Ross was all over him. Number 11, Hurley McAllister in coverage. Ball was well overthrown. That's going to bring up 4th and 10. And it looks like Christian Heritage is going to run the punt team onto the field with 3:30 left to go here in the first quarter.
It's 4th down for the Lions.
Looks like number 8, Bryson Oliver, is going to be back deep to return. Would expect him to stand somewhere about the 20-yard line here for this return. Looks like he's right now standing at the 21-yard line. Christian Heritage runs a player on late. Still plenty of time on the play clock, sitting at 9 seconds. Here's the snap. Going to be a high punt. It's going to be fieldable. Fair catch called for by Oliver. Ball's going to be taken at the 33-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 there for your Trojans.
Oliver makes a fair catch.
It's a nice defensive stand there by the Trojans. Christian Heritage was able to hit a couple of good passes there for first downs, but just were not able to string it together once the Trojans started to put a little pressure on the quarterback. Seemed to fluster the young freshman a little bit there. So the Trojans are going to have single receiver, top and bottom, double tight ends. Handoff's going to be to Vaughn up the middle. Looks like we may have 12 men on the field by the defense. Yep, they do have 12 on the field, so that'll be 1st and 5 for the Trojans. Trojans did snap that ball relatively quickly. Looks like Day, the quarterback, saw they had 12 men on the field, wanted to catch them in that before they could get that player off the field. So nice play there by the veteran quarterback, number 12, Dustin Day, to pick up 5 free yards there for the Trojans. Trojans are going to have single receiver, top and bottom. They're going to be heavy with a tight end and a sniffer at the top of your screen. Vaughn in the backfield. We're going to pull that sniffer and tight end. Vaughn's going to go straight up the middle, driving his feet. Looks like he's going to pick up the first down. So 5-yard pickup there by Vaughn. Looks like number 3, Price, came off with a little bit of a limp there. Number 6, Ross, going to come on there at that sniffer position. So the Trojans are going to line up here with twins at the top of your screen. Number 11, Hurley McAllister, back for his 2nd game of the season. He missed the first 2 games of the season, as well as number 1, Norton. And then a heavy set at the bottom of your screen. Going to be another handoff to Vaughn up the middle, and there is nobody there. He's going to take this all the way to the house. Touchdown, Trojans! Brought to you by Short & Free, United Real Estate Experts. And that was after a best price, Keller Williams. 1st down. Heck of a run there by number 33, Vaughn. I think that was about a 65-yard touchdown run, if I'm not mistaken. So heck of a run there by Vaughn. And the Trojans now set up for their 3rd extra point of the first quarter here. Score is currently 20-0, pending the extra point here by Ira Grimes. Here's the snap. Kick is up. Kick is good, and your Trojans lead 21-0 after that huge run by Lane Vaughn directly up the middle for another Trojan touchdown. The Trojans are pouring it on here in this homecoming game during the first quarter. You can see a little bit of dejection here from the Christian Heritage Lions. See if they're able to hold on here. Looks like number 6 Ross is going to come in here for number 33 Vaughn after that huge run by Vaughn. Probably needs a little bit of a breather here. That huge touchdown there, making it 21-0, was big here for the Trojans. Here's the kick by Grimes. Going to be a high, deep kick. Going to be fielded at about the 11-yard line. Tackle's going to be made by number 3 Price at the 21-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 there for the Lions. Nice coverage there by the Trojans.
Placed on the 22-yard line, 1st down 10, Christian Heritage from their own 22.
Trojans coming out that 4-2 look here. It's a nice job there, closing the gap, handoff, picked up no yardage. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Defensive line did a nice job there, closing the gaps and allowing those linebackers to clean it up. Looks like Christian Heritage is going to come out with double twins again, single back in the backfield. They have not shown the ability to run the football on the Trojans here, so I would expect to see more passing the remainder of this game from the Lions. And as I said, it's going to be a straight drop back. Nobody's there, though. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Looks like a little bit of a miscommunication between the quarterback and receiver there. Inside receiver, instead of running a stop route, ran a go route. Quarterback looked like he expected a 5-yard stop through that football. Very fortunate that the Trojans didn't see that, pick it off, and take it to the house to make it 28-0 here in the first quarter. It's 3rd and 10. Definitely a passing down here. See what the Trojans do to put pressure. They are flushing. Going to be a dump to number 13. Nice tackle there by number 11, Hurley McAllister, for no gain. That's going to bring up 4th and 10 for Christian Heritage. But there is a penalty flag on the play. See what we have. Ball was dropped in the area of like holding. Going to be declined. That's going to bring up 4th down for Christian Heritage. 1:24 left to go in the first quarter. So Christian Heritage will bring on the punt team. Trojans will drop back Bryson Oliver here. He should be standing somewhere around the 45-yard line, maybe the 50-yard line here. Trojans should get good field position again, even with a fair catch. Could potentially put 7 more points on the board before we get to the end of the first quarter. See if the Trojans are going to try to get after this here. It's going to be a high punt again. Going to be a fair catch caught right at the 49-yard line of the Lions. So the Trojans are going to take over 1st and 10 from there.
First down 10 Trojans from the Lions, 49-yard line.
We're going to have twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Tight end Ross here also at the bottom. Going to be Groce in the backfield. He's going to get a handoff headed to the outside here. He does slam on the brakes, is able to break through. And I'll be honest with you, there's a good chance he takes this all the way to the house and gets tripped up at about the 10-yard line, but that's a Beth Price, Keller Williams. First down after that long run there by number 9, Groce. First and 10 Trojans from the 10-yard line. Clock sits at 1 minute left to go here in the first quarter. Very patient run there by Groce. Let his blocking get out in front of it, made some nice cuts, and was just barely tripped up there. Looks like Groce is going to get a little bit of a break. We'll have twins at the top of your screen. Vaughn in the backfield here. I would expect a handoff to Vaughn, see if he can bust one up the middle here. It is a handoff to Vaughn. There is a hole up the middle. He takes the ball all the way down to the 4-yard line, and that's more than likely going to be the last play here of the first quarter. See if the Trojans want to try to run something here. Looks like they're going to hold it. So the Trojans are going to end the first quarter up 21-0, and it'll be first and goal from the 4-yard line when we come back for the start of the second quarter. We've been unable to run any commercials yet, so we'll go ahead and take you there now.
You got to come see us on September 27th. We've got 15% off all Echo Power equipment. It's trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Top quality tools at great prices. Don't miss out and come see us at Ace Hardware Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of '79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs.
When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance.
And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back for the start of this second quarter. If you remember, Lane Vaughn was able to carry that ball all the way down to the 4-yard line to bring up second and goal from the Trojans. It's a 6-yard pickup from the 10 there. So we're looking at second and goal here for those Trojans. Looks like we're going to have in the backfield here. Looks like we're going to go Wildcat. Heavy set down at the bottom of your screen with number 3, Price, number 6, Ross, and then number 33, Vaughn's going to just take the straight handoff right up the middle, and it's going to be another Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts, touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans. And 8 seconds into the second quarter, your Trojans now lead 27-0, pending the extra point. Vaughn was your local player of the week 2 weeks ago, and he is making a good case for that again tonight already. I believe that's Vaughn's 3rd touchdown of the night already. We're only a quarter and 8 seconds in. Here's a snap, kick is up. Kick is good by Ira Grimes, and that makes the score 28-0. For your Trojans on this homecoming night. If you're a coach, and know Coach Groce, all of the extra activities that happened today, that early pep rally due to the Trojans being the game of the week, having the players, all the students here at 5:40 this morning, then you had the parade at 9:30, homecoming pictures, then you're walking at 5:30 to 6. As a coach, you know those things are extremely stressful. You worry that your team might not be ready to go. But the Trojans have shown the ability and the maturity to handle that situation extremely well and have taken an early 28-0 lead here on Christian Heritage. If this continues, I think we'll start to see some of the younger guys get in early tonight, which is something we haven't been able to see so far this year. Our JV team beat Ringgold 21-0 last night. I'd like to see them get some action in the second half as well. Trojans are lined up, ready to kick this thing off, and Grimes makes his way to the ball. He's going to kick this low liner. It's going to be fielded at the 26-yard line. Probably was returnable there. Not sure that Christian Heritage player wanted anything to do with those Trojans headed his way. So the clock sits at 11:50. 1st and 10 for Christian Heritage from the 26-yard line. Looks like the lines are going to line up with trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom, and a single back to the right of that young freshman quarterback. It's going to be a straight drop back. Quick throw here out to the back. He's going to get hit. Going to pick up about 1 yard to the 27-yard line. And so that'll bring up 2nd and 9 for Christian Heritage there. Trojans are doing a really nice job rallying to the football and making plays after the catch. Christian Heritage is going to flip that formation. Trips at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. The back does remain. Nope, back's going to move. No, he's not. Tried to trick me. Going to remain to the right side of the quarterback here. Again, 2nd and 9. Going to be another straight drop back. Quarterback's flushed. He's being chased by number 6, Ross. Ball's going to get thrown deep. Nice throw there by the quarterback. Tackle's going to be made by number 1, Norton. But that's going to take the football all the way to the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 there for Christian Heritage. That was nice poise there by that young freshman quarterback. Did a good job of evading pressure. Number 6, Ross, was in his face. Quarterback was able to throw it up to an open receiver for a 1st down. Going to have trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Be another straight drop back here. It's going to be that same pass out to the back. He catches it behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get thrown out of bounds by number 4, Braxton Daniel, for a 2-yard loss. It's going to bring up, looks like they're only going to credit him with a 2-yard loss there. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 12. So nice job there by Braxton Daniel, showing a nose for the football and making a nice play at the top of your screen. Christian Heritage again lines up 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Again, 2nd and 12. Going to be another straight drop back. Going to throw that same exact pass to the other side. Tackle's going to be made by number 6, Ross. Pickup of a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. It's a nice tackle there by Ross. So brings up a big 3rd down here for the Trojans. Ball's now back on the Christian Heritage side of the field at the 49-yard line. Trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Let's see if the Trojan defense can be Bash strong here and get a big stop. Shout out to our young friend Bash, battling leukemia in the hospital. We'll let him know that we're praying for him and we love him. Hopefully he's enjoying the game tonight. Looks like we're going to have a timeout call here by Christian Heritage, and so nope, looks like, is it a penalty? Never mind, that was not a timeout. That was a delay of game by Christian Heritage. So we'll back them up 5 yards, and that's going to make this extremely difficult. A 3rd and 16. Great opportunity for the Trojans to pin their ears back here and put some pressure on this quarterback. We'll see if Ross and Price from the defensive end positions can put some pressure on this quarterback here and force an errant throw. Looks like we've got a blitz coming from number 33, Vaughn. Quarterback's being chased. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 49-yard line after a pickup of 4. That's going to bring up 4th and 11 from the 49-yard line. At this point, though, you would think Christian Heritage would go for it here, down 28-0, but looks like they're running on their punt team. So the defense was able to be bash strong there, get a big stop, and force this punt. Number 8, Oliver, is going to be standing at about the 25-yard line here. Both of the punts by Christian Heritage tonight have been high short kicks that Oliver's had to come up for, make a fair catch. So no opportunity for a return yet here tonight. Here's a snap, ball is fumbled. Punter is making a run for it, but I don't think, going to throw the football. Oh, it's going to be dropped by number 8, Oliver, but that is fine. Trojans will take over at the 49-yard line. There is a penalty flag. I think the Trojans are going to decline this, and they'll take over at the 49-yard line of the Lions. So a heck of a job there again by the Trojans, making a big stand. They lead 28-0 with 8:41 left to go here in the first half, and they're taking the football. Let's see what the Trojans have in mind here. Looks like they're going to have number 33, Vaughn, in the backfield here.
First down team, Trojans from the Lions, 49-yard line.
Going to have twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Vaughn's going to be in the backfield. Looks like you're going to have a tight end in Price at the top of your screen as well. Here's a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. Looks like we've got a flag. Let's see what the call is here. Looks like it's going to be a false start for the Trojans there. Going to back them up 5 yards. Didn't see what caused that there, but it did come from the top of your screen as if it potentially could have been a wide receiver. Spotter doesn't know who it is either. Do we have any idea who jumped off sides there? I didn't notice. Not that we're going to call anybody out. I just didn't know if there was anybody, what area it came from. Twins at the top, single receiver at the bottom. Going to be a straight drop back here. Going to try to throw this out route to number 1, Norton. He makes the catch. Heck of a catch there by Norton for a pickup of about 17 yards. That's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Trojans, all the way down to the 37-yard line. Heck of a catch by number 1, Norton. He was falling to the ground, and that would have been a catch in the NFL with 2 feet down. Looks like Price is going to come off the field. Looks like we're going to have Garrett Ross in at tight end now. Vaughn remains in the backfield. It's going to be another straight drop back from Day. He's going to try to go deep here to number 1, Norton. Norton is open. Ball does hit him in the hands, but he was in tight coverage. And so that ball is going to fall incomplete, bring up 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. It was a nice throw there by Day. Norton went up to high point that ball. Tight coverage, though. Was able to get his hands on it. The DB was able to rake it out before Norton could come down with it. So now we've got 2nd and 10 with twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Groce is now in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Groce up the middle. He's going to find a nice little bit of running room. Going to pick up about 6 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4 from the Trojans, from the Lions, 31-yard line. Would expect this to be 2-down territory for the Trojans, up 28-0. Clock continues to run. It's down to 8 minutes and 5 seconds. We're going to have twins at the top of your screen, heavy set at the bottom of your screen with Ross. Groce remains in the backfield. Christian Heritage struggling to get lined up there. Trojans fake the snap. Potentially could have ran a play there. Christian Heritage completely out of position. Look to the sideline. Going to be another handoff to Groce up the middle. Wide open lane. He's going to take it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and that's going to be a Beth Price, Keller Williams first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Looks like number 9, Groce, is going to come out. Number 33, Vaughn's going to come in. And the clock's going to continue to run down to 7 minutes and 22 seconds here left in the first half. Twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. We also have Ross there at the tight end position at the top as well. Going to be a quick toss out here to number 6, Ross. He's going to pick up about 4 yards down to the 16-yard line. It's going to bring up second and, we'll call it second 5. So picked up about 5 yards there. That'll bring up second 5 for the Trojans from the 16-yard line. Nice throw and catch there from Day to Ross. Day's going to keep this ball up the middle. He's going to take it all the way down to the 6-yard line. That's going to be another Beth Price Keller Williams first down. Nice run there by Day. Pulled it out of the gut of Vaughn for the first down. Big first down there by number 12, the Red Rocket. Hashtag Maddox Malone. Would expect another handoff here to number 33, Vaughn. He's going to get hit early. Is going to take the football all the way down to the 3-yard line. So pick up a 3. Going to bring up second and goal from the 3 there for Vaughn. Looks like we're going to run heavy package on. Vaughn's going to come off. Groce is going to come on. Looks like we're going to go Wildcat here. Would expect this to be a completely empty heavy set at the bottom of your screen. Got tight ends all over the place, and Groce is going to take the direct snap. Expect him to run right behind this heavy set. He does come this way, finds a gap right up the middle, takes the ball all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that's going to bring up third and goal there for your Trojans. Christian Heritage shifted towards that heavy set at the bottom of your screen. Groce cut it up. Got tripped up just before making it into the end zone. Oh no, ball was snapped. Fumbled, it's gonna be picked up. We'll see if number 17 can chase him down. This is gonna be picked up and returned all the way to the house by Christian Heritage. Ball was snapped, looked like Groce hit him in the hands, but was unable to hold on to it. Christian Heritage was able to pick that up, return it for 97 yards for a touchdown there. And so Christian Heritage has shown a little bit of life with that touchdown with 5:16 left to go here in the half. Score is now 28-6. Trojans defense is hustling out onto the field here to defend this extra point. Looks like the Trojans were able to get 11 out there. Christian Heritage lines up for this extra point to make it 28-7. Here's the snap. Kick is up. Kick is right down the middle, and it is good. And with 5:16 left to go here in the first half, your Trojans lead 28-7. Tough play there for your Trojans. Had it all the way down to the 3-yard line. You were looking to score to make it 35-0. But a fumble return for a touchdown gives Christian Heritage a little bit of life here with 5:16 left to go in the half. See the Trojan band making their way down to the field for their halftime performance. Christian Heritage did not bring a band, so you will get to see the entire Gordon Lee Trojan Marching Band halftime show. Neon Ocean here at halftime, so stay tuned for that. Trojans need to be prepared for Christian Heritage to potentially do something sneaky here, down by 3 scores. Christian Heritage does get the ball at halftime, though. Going to be a big kick. It's going to be fielded by number 8, Oliver, at about the 8-yard line. He's headed directly up the middle. He's got a big alley up this far side, but we do have a flag that's thrown at about the 40-yard line. Would expect that to be a holding penalty. See where this football is walked back to. Nice return there by Oliver. He did make his way to the outside. Looked like one of the Trojans held on a little longer than they should have there. We're going to back this football up to about the 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans, still with good field position. Trojans are going to come out. Twins at the top of your screen, Twins at the bottom of your screen, Groce in the backfield, Day at quarterback. It's going to be a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Groce up the middle. He gets tripped up, picks up 5 yards in the process. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Trojans from the 35-yard line. Groce will remain in the backfield. Same set, Twins top and bottom. Here's a snap, going to be a straight drop back. Trojans are going to try to go deep here to number 8. Oliver, he goes up, high points the football, comes down with it at the 31-yard line, and that's another Beth Price Keller Williams first down for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Nice throw and catch there. Day put that ball up, allowed the number 8 Oliver to go up and high point that football for a big first down. So the Trojans now are going to line up with trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Groce has come out. Vaughn has come in to the backfield. Day remains at quarterback. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's got an alley, and he is going to take this all the way down to the 6-yard line for another Beth Price Keller Williams first down, and it's now 1st and goal for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Clock continues to run. We're down to just under 4 minutes to go here in the half. Would expect the Trojans to stay out of that Wildcat here, run that traditional offense, and just let Vaughn smash this in for his 4th touchdown of the day and take the 35-7 lead. Day decides to keep the football, but he's going to be stopped for a loss of about 2 yards. So the Trojans are now going to be 2nd goal from the 8-yard line. Vaughn pulled that, but instead of going the opposite direction, Day pulled that out of Vaughn's belly, but followed Vaughn there as well as everybody else because they expected Vaughn to have the football. Here's a straight handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's going to get all the way down to the 5-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the Trojans from the 5. Looks like Groce is going to come in. Vaughn's going to come off. Clock's now down to 2 minutes, 53 seconds. Trojans are looking to try to punch this football in. Had a little trouble punching again on the last possession, and are now 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Twins top and bottom. Going to be a handoff to Groce to the outside. He's going to get hit from behind. Does spin out of it and finds a way to get into the end zone for another Jordan Dupree United Real Estate Expert touchdown. And your Trojans now lead 34-7. Heck of a run there by Groce. Looks like he was going to be tackled at about the 3-yard line. Spun out of it and jogged right into the end zone for that touchdown. Heck of a run there by Groce. And the score is now 34-7, pending the extra point by Ira Grimes here. Kick is up. Kick is good. And that makes your score 35-7 Trojans with 2:38 left to go here in the first half. In-house PA system playing the wobble. You can see the student section making it happen down there. It's jersey night at the student section. Surprisingly, a lot of folks wearing Tennessee jerseys tonight. Not sure why they do that after losing to Georgia last week, but they decided to anyways. Dedicated fans. Proud Tennessee fans with their jerseys down there. Shout out to my man, Ricky Millard. Shout out to my man, A.J. Edmondson. Both Tennessee fans. They let me know it on a regular basis. They did not call me last Saturday night, though. Potentially could have been the game of the year, though. We'll see. Maybe we get a rematch. So Trojans line up to kick off again. Started off with 12 men on the field, which would have made things really interesting for the Trojans. Last kickoff from Grimes was a low liner that was fielded at about the 26-yard line. This one he's just going to kick deep. It's going to be fielded at about the 12. 17 Meacham put some nice pressure on him at number 15. Connor Jenkins making a big tackle there at about the 28-yard line. Jenkins came out shot like he was out of a cannon there, folks, to make that tackle. So nice tackle for number 15, Connor Jenkins. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line for Christian Heritage. Trojans need to be smart here. Christian Heritage looking to get that 2-for-1 going. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. They're going to be chunking the ball down the field trying to score, and then they have the ball again after halftime. I say that it's going to be a handoff. Tackle's going to be made by a host of Trojans for a gain of 1. Number 3, Price, made contact in the backfield early. And then a host of Trojans were able to make the tackle. I think Groce and Vaughn kind of cleaned that up after Price made that initial hit. So 2nd and 9 from the 30-yard line for Christian Heritage. They line up with twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Going to be a, big hitch route, wide open receiver. See if number 4, Braxton Daniel, can chase him down. Number 11, Hurley McAllister's able to push him out of bounds. It looks like the 12-yard line, but that hitch and go there left the receiver wide open up the sideline. Trojans got a little bit aggressive, jumped the hitch route, and that ball just was floated over the top. Number 11, McAllister, came from the opposite side of the field to push that receiver out of bounds, but it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line for the Lions with 1:46 left to go. These Lions continue to battle. Down 35-7. Got twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. It's going to be a hand. Nope, it's going to be a keeper here. Tackle's going to be, tackle's almost made by number 6, Ross. Quarterback cuts it back. He's going to get hit about 10 times here. Tackle's going to be ultimately made by number 66, which is Joshua Murtaugh. Quarterback did a lot of running there, but lost 2 yards, and that's going to be a Crawfish Springs custom cabinetry sack. So 2nd and 12, football now sits at about the 14-yard line. Christian Heritage is going to come out with twins at the top, single receiver at the bottom, with the tight end also at the bottom. Clock continues to run down to 1:06. Going to be a straight drop back. Going to try to throw this ball on a slant over the middle, and that ball is caught by number 4 for a touchdown for Christian Heritage. Great throw and catch. That young freshman quarterback remained poised through a nice slant route. Receiver was able to just cross the face of our DB. DB stayed in step. The receiver with strong hands is able to make that catch, score that touchdown, and bring the score to 35-13. Currently, there is no holder on the field for Christian Heritage. And so they're going to have to call a timeout. And so when they have a timeout, we take a timeout.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back. Christian Heritage had to burn a timeout there because their holder was not on the field. But they did just score a touchdown to make the score 35-13 with 59 seconds left. Trojans are going to have an opportunity with a minute to move this football down the field, 3 timeouts. See how aggressive Coach Groce wants to be. Here's a snap, kick is up, right down the middle. And that makes the score 35-14 with 59.2 seconds left to go here in the half. Would expect the decision Coach Groce makes here to be very much tied to the type of return the Trojans are able to get here. Trojans are able to get the ball somewhere near the 40-yard line. I would expect Coach Groce to get pretty aggressive. If they're down anywhere around the 20, not sure he'll get uber aggressive here, up 35-14. As a fan, you always want to get aggressive, but obviously from a coaching perspective, you've got to make a smart decision here, not put your team at risk, especially when you have a big lead. So we'll see what the Trojans decide to do here. So number 9, Groce, is back deep. The Lions have really struggled to get 11 men on the field all night tonight in every one of these special team situations. So not sure what's going on. See if the Lions try to do anything tricky here. If I'm them, I'm probably not going to purposely give the Trojans good field position, so we'd expect this ball to be kicked deep. It's going to be a low liner, going to be fielded by, oh no, be fielded by, who was that fielded that? Number 3, Price, with a big return, takes the football down all the way to the 41-yard line. Nice job there. I usually get really excited when I see Price with the football. Didn't realize that was him. He took that right up the sideline, 1 tackle away from breaking it for a touchdown. So the Trojans are going to have great field position. Oh, but we have a flag down. I don't understand how you hold there, but second holding call there, that's going to hurt the Trojans. Trojans were going to be in really good position after that nice return by Price. Now the ball went all the way back to the 27-yard line, so we'll see how aggressive coaches want to get here. Trips to the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Oh, and the Trojans jump off sides at the top of the screen there. Going to back up another 5 yards. That'll take them to the 22-yard line. These are the things that'll convince a coach not to be aggressive here. Ball should have been sitting at about the 40-yard line of the Lions. Instead, we're all the way back at the 22-yard line of the Trojans. It's going to be a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Groce up the middle. It's hit early, but he does pick up 6 yards. It's going to make it 2nd and 9. The Trojans do take a timeout here. And when the Trojans take a timeout, we take a timeout.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we'd like to say thank you.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board.
Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step.
Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
All right, folks, we are back. Trojans second down and 9, 44.5 seconds left to go. Trips to the bottom, single receiver at the top. It's going to be a rollout here. Day looking for a lane to throw it in, is able to throw it to number 1, Norton. Pickup of about 6 there. He's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for your Trojans. Did just get an update, surprising update for my good buddy Roscoe. Currently, the Lakeview Warriors lead the Ringgold Tigers 21-7 in the second quarter. Surprising score so far. See if that holds. We'll try to keep you posted throughout the night on that. Trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. We're down to 38 seconds. Trojans have to get a first down here. They're going to have to punt it away. Going to be a toss out to number 8, Oliver. He makes the catch. We'll see what kind of spot they give him. Looks like they do give him the spot for the first down. Ball's going to get all the way to the 38-yard line. Trojans are going to get lined up.
First down, Trojans.
To spike the football there with 24.5 seconds left to go here in the half. Looked like Dave was waiting for the chains to get set there. Doesn't have to do that, so I'm sure they'll talk about that at halftime. Can spike that a bit quicker. Groce is talking to the official about how much time ran off the clock there while they were setting the chains. Clock did not stop to set the chains. The ball sits at the 38-yard line with 24.5 seconds left. It's going to be a rollout here and a throw to number 1 on the sideline, Norton. He made the drop the football there, but not sure it would have been a catch anyway. Because I don't believe he had a foot down. So the clock sits at 19.3 seconds left here. Trojans still have 2 timeouts left, so they don't necessarily have to throw those long out routes. See if we can potentially hit something over the middle, call a quick timeout, see where we go from there. Watch these 2 safeties as they widen out. You see the hash at the top of the screen. That's where there's a soft spot in this zone. Looks like we're going to run a draw there to number 9, Groce. He's going to run the ball all the way up to potentially the area of a first down, but the Trojans are going to call a timeout with 11.2 seconds left to go. And the ball sits at the 47-yard line. So we'll take a timeout.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
All right, folks, down to 11.2 seconds left to go here in the half. Trojans have the ball sitting at their own 47-yard line. Need a big gainer here to give number 26, Ira Grimes, an opportunity to kick a field goal to end this half. Oh, it looks like it's 4th down. Sorry, I thought it was 3rd down. So it looks like the Trojans are probably going to punt the football here. Although I have seen Braxton Daniel run several fakes this season, so we'll see if Coach Groce wants to risk that here. Christian Heritage has nobody back to return. Here's a snap. It's going to be a kick out to the right. Ball's going to hit, going to bounce. Nobody touch it. Let this clock continue to run. And that's going to be the end of the half. Your Gordon Lee Trojans lead 35-14. Reminder that the Trojan band will be performing Neon Ocean here at halftime, so stay tuned.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali flooring. They've got beautiful styles, durable quality, and perfect for any room in your house. And the best part, it's a fast turnaround, so you don't have to wait weeks to start your project. Plus, we offer free delivery on anything that you buy from us. And it doesn't stop there, because we're all about paint. We've got a full line of Benjamin Moore paint. We've got countertop options that have samples in quartz and granite. And we've got cabinets for your kitchen, your laundry, and your bathroom. You can literally sit down and put all this together in one place. And we've got a spot waiting for you. So come see us today at Ace Hardware of Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
We love our Gordon Lee Trojans. Come shop with them.
Tucker Park, Michael Clark, Melanie Huckabee, and Emily Moore. Drum major of Olivia Wise, is your band ready? You may take the field for your performance. the Gordon Lee High School Marching Trojan Band.
I started helping people buy homes in 2017, and for 8 years, I've been showing up when they need me. I believe relationships drive success. It's about being available when it matters most. My mission? Keep it easy. Buying your first home should feel clear, not complicated. Let's go step by step together. You'll move into your next chapter feeling confident and ready. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, let's take the mortgage journey together.
On the field, it's not just sweat you're losing. You're losing minerals, vitamins, and focus. Let's be real. Water really does suck until you put something in it. Real flavor, no fake junk, electrolytes that fuel performance. Champions hydrate smarter. Water sucks. Fuel that matters.
When you want to keep up with the Gordon Lee Trojans, you listen to Brent, Jay, Ricky, and all the guys here. But when you want a home mortgage, you should call Payne Mortgage Team, where we are reinventing the mortgage experience. We'll take care of you, we'll even have some fun, and you'll get a brand new house.
You gotta come see us on September 27th. We've got 15% off all Echo Power equipment. It's trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Top quality tools at great prices. Don't miss out and come see us at Ace Hardware Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of '79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs.
When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance.
And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we like to say thank you.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board.
Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step. Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
When you want to keep up with the Gordon Lee Trojans, you listen to Brent, Jay, Ricky, and all the guys here. But when you want a home mortgage, you should call Payne Mortgage Team, where we are reinventing the mortgage experience. We'll take care of you, we'll even have some fun, and you'll get a brand new house.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali flooring. They've got beautiful styles, durable quality, and perfect for any room in your house. And the best part, it's a fast turnaround, so you don't have to wait weeks to start your project. Plus, we offer free delivery on anything that you buy from us. And it doesn't stop there, because we're all about paint. We've got a full line of Benjamin Moore paint. We've got countertop options that have samples in quartz and granite. And we've got cabinets for your kitchen, your laundry, and your bathroom. You can literally sit down and put all this together in one place. And we've got a spot waiting for you. So come see us today at Ace Hardware of Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
We love our Gordon Lee Trojans.
Come shop with them.
I started helping people buy homes in 2017, and for 8 years, I've been showing up when they need me. I believe relationships drive success. It's about being available when it matters most. My mission? Keep it easy. Buying your first home should feel clear, not complicated. Let's go step by step together. You'll move into your next chapter feeling confident and ready. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, let's take the mortgage journey together.
On the field, it's not just sweat you're losing. You're losing minerals, vitamins, and focus. Let's be real. Water really does suck until you put something in it. Real flavor, no fake junk, electrolytes that fuel performance. Champions hydrate smarter. Water sucks, fuel that matters.
All right. right, Trojan fans, we are back. Clock sits at 1:41 before we kick off this second half. Trojans lead 35-14. Stat leaders for us so far, 114 yards rushing on 10 carries from Lane Vaughn with 3 touchdowns, 109 yards rushing on 12 carries from number 9 Peyton Groce with 1 touchdown. And again, the Trojans lead 35-14. Quite honestly, the Trojans are probably about a yard away from leading this game 42-0. One play where we had a fumble, ball was picked up, returned for a touchdown. Really cost the Trojans there, but they're still in good position with a commanding lead. I want to give a shout out to Steve Waller, who hosted the Trojan Network tailgate tonight. Smoked 4 Boston butts for us. We had some barbecue, about 150 wings. Not sure what he used as a binder on that barbecue. Could have been Worcestershire sauce, could have been mustard, not really sure. But the bark on that barbecue was phenomenal. And then those wings, finger licking good. So shout out to my man Steve Waller. Eric Davis also helped cook those things. Really appreciate that. Nothing I love better than a good tailgate before the Trojans come out and try to get a big victory. So Trojans are going to have to kick off here to start the second half. Trojans have done a good job defensively so far in the game. Got hit with 1 stop-and-go route for a touchdown. But other than that, done a really good job containing this young quarterback. Quarterback's shown a good arm. Clearly doesn't want to run the football, get hit very much. It's got a great arm. He's done some damage, again, on that hitch and go. But other than that, Trojans have done a really good job defensively. See if we can continue that trend here in the second half. And again, get some of these younger players into the football game by the fourth quarter. So Grimes is setting himself up, ready to kick off here. Trojans have done a nice job in coverage so far tonight. See if that continues. Here's the kick from Grimes. Going to be a short kick. That's potentially going to be fielded by number 17. Can't return it, but the Trojans are going to take over there. Nice job by number 17, Levi Meacham, recovering that onside kick. The Trojans are going to take over 1st and 10 from the Lions' 39-yard line. Lions were caught off guard there. Trojans put themselves in a great position. Yeah, that was an excellent job there by Grimes. Kicking that right in the dead spot. Nobody from Christian Heritage wanted that football. Levi Meacham said he'd take him, and he did. Vaughn in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's got a nice alley to run through. He's going to take that football all the way for a gain of about 12 yards, and that's going to be another Beth Price. Keller Williams, 1st down. Apologize for coughing there, folks. Trojans now have the football all the way at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10. It's a big run there from the team's leading rusher, number 33, Vaughn. Trojans going to line up with twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Going to be another handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's got a nice front lane. Good tackle there, though. Pickup of about 7. All the way down to the 20-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd 3. Looks like Price. Nope, going to come off. Looks like Price was looking to come in there, but it's pulled back off. Vaughn's going to continue in at the running back position. Ball sits at the 20. 2nd 3 for the Trojans. Going to be a rollout here. Throw to number 6, Ross. He's going to catch the football. Going to get pushed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line, and that's going to be, looks like it's going to bring up 3rd and about a yard here. For the Trojans. Looks like Vaughn's going to come out. Groce is going to come in. We're going to line up twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Groce is going to move to the left side of Day here. Looks like we're going to have a nice run blitz. Groce is going to have an alley all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Big run there for Groce, and that's another Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts, touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans. That'll make the score 41-14, pending the extra point here by Ira Grimes. So nice job there from the Trojans. Basically a minute and 47 seconds, they were able to kick an onside kick, recover it, and score a touchdown here to extend the lead to 41-14, pending this extra point. Here's the snap, hold by Daniels, kick is up. And once again, kick is good. Grimes remains perfect on extra points this season, and your Trojans lead 42-14 with 10:13 left to go here in the third quarter. Couldn't have drawn that up any better. Christian Heritage won the toss, deferred. They scored late in the first half. We're going to try to score early in the second half to get back in this game. Grimes does a phenomenal job kicking an onside kick, recovered by Meacham, and then the combination of Vaughn and Groce right down the field for a touchdown to expand the lead for the Trojans. Want to give a shout out to Kirby Bradley and Hayden who are watching, and I believe Huntsville, Texas. Hopefully y'all are enjoying this homecoming game from beautiful Chickamauga, Georgia. Thanks for watching. Christian Heritage has no idea what Grimes is going to do off the kickoff here. He's kicked a couple squibs, kicked a couple deep, kicked an onside kick. So we'll see what he's got to score here. It's going to be another high kick. It's going to fall at about the 21-yard line. It's going to be caught on a dive. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Christian Heritage at the 22-yard line with no return. So nice kick there by Grimes. Continues to put the opposing team in a tough position, unable to get much of any return tonight.
1st down 10, Christian Heritage from their own 22.
Grimes has been a luxury for the Trojans on the kickoff, extra points, as well as field goals. Haven't attempted very many field goals this season, but been perfect on extra points and has done a phenomenal job on kickoff. Looks like Christian Heritage is going to line up with a stacked Twins at the bottom of your screen, Twins at the top of your screen. Definitely a passing look here for Christian Heritage. It's going to be a straight drop back. And that's going to be a crawfish custom cabinetry and millwork sack by number 6, Garrett Ross. Big loss there. Going to be a loss of about 7. That's going to bring up 2nd and 17. Football now sits at the 16-yard line.
2nd down and 17.
For Christian Heritage. Nice job there. Ross has been putting pressure on that quarterback all night. Was finally able to put the quarterback down for that crawfish custom cabinetry and millwork sack. Love to say it. See if we can say that a few more times tonight. Another straight drop. We're going to be a rollout here by number 7. He's going to throw this football, almost intercepted. Number 5, Noah Garrison went up, was able to get 2 hands on it and bat that ball down. It's going to bring up 3rd and 17. So nice job there defensively by the Trojans. Good job by Garrison on that pass deflection.
3rd down and 17.
Trojans should be able to pin their ears back here on 3rd and 17. Put some pressure on this quarterback. Right-handed quarterback, you would expect him to roll to the right. Trojans potentially could blitz from that left side. I would expect to see Vaughn blitz from the top of the screen here. He is walking up. Vaughn is going to blitz here. Quarterback's going to have a little bit of time. He's going to throw it deep. And that ball is going to be caught. Oliver did a nice job sealing that receiver, had 2 hands on it as they went to the ground. Receiver was able to roll over and rip that ball out of Oliver's hands. That's going to be a big 1st down for Christian Heritage all the way to the 50-yard line. It's the 2nd time tonight Christian Heritage has thrown one up and caught it at about the 50-yard line. Trojans did bring a blitz from the top of the screen towards that right arm of the quarterback. Christian Heritage did a nice job of picking that blitz up, buying the quarterback some time. He rolled back to his left, heaved it up. Seems to be some confusion here for the Trojans, particularly at the linebacker position. So we'll see here. It's going to be an out throw. Ball's going to be tipped and incomplete. This will be 2nd 10 from the 50-yard line. Not a bad throw by the quarterback. Hit the receiver in the hands. Deflected off that receiver and headed towards a second receiver. Neither one of them were able to catch it. So 2nd 10 for Christian Heritage from the 50-yard line. Trojans seemed to be a little bit confused there defensively. Linebackers were all over the place. See what the Trojans decide to do here. Looks like they're going to walk up number 3, Price, into that defensive end position and utilize Vaughn and Groce. Going to be another straight drop back. Tons of pressure being put on here on the quarterback, and that's going to be another Crawfish Springs custom cabinetry and millwork sack. That was by number 45, Sean Harms Benefold with a sack there. It's a nice job. Ross was there as well. But Harms Benefold made a play there. Huge loss. It was a loss of almost 21 yards. So it's going to bring up 3rd and forever here. Trojans need to be careful not to get hit with a pass interference on an automatic 1st down. Otherwise, pin your ears back and let's go get this quarterback. Ball tipped up by number 6, Ross.
Pass broken up by Garrett Ross.
And that's going to be incomplete. Going to bring up 4th and about 30. So I would expect Christian Heritage to run that punt team on the field here and give the ball back to the Trojans. They're going to be punting from the 34-yard line. Would expect to see number 8, Oliver, standing somewhere about the 35-yard line here, potentially the 40. So Trojans should get good field position, assuming Oliver's able to field this ball cleanly. Bad snap. They are able to get this ball kicked, though. Oliver's going to be able to field it at about the 31. Going to be able to bring it up the sideline. Nice run there. Takes the ball all the way to the 43-yard line. Nice return there by Oliver. Oliver's shown that he can be extremely shifty from that wide receiver position and does a nice job there on the punt return, bringing up 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Is there another flag on the Trojans here? Trojans have got to figure out the special teams return game. It's the 3rd penalty tonight for holding during a return. So nice run there by Oliver, but got to do a better job here in the blocking game. Self-inflicted wounds have now taken the ball all the way back to the 31-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Trojans there. Looks like we're going to go twins at the top of your screen. Single receiver at the bottom. Looks like Groce is going to remain in the backfield for the Trojans. Up 42-14. Looks like there's a bit of a discussion here between Groce and the Whitecap. Not sure what they're talking about. It looks like Groce is satisfied with whatever explanation he was given. Wait a minute. Now I'm really confused. Ball's backing up even further. So confused. All right, ball now sits at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Must have been a block in the back versus a hold there. Twins at the top of your screen. Single receiver at the bottom. Groce to the right of Day. Going to be a straight drop back from Day. Number 5, Garrison's open, but number 9, Groce is open, wide open over the middle. He's going to get tackled at about the 35-yard line. So that's another Beth Price, Keller Williams. 1st down for your Gordon Lee Trojans with 7:34 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Looks like Groce is going to come off here. Vaughn's going to come on. And the Trojans are going to continue to matriculate the football down the field here. Twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom, Vaughn in the backfield to the right of Day. Trojans jump off sides there.
Penalty flag on the play.
Got a little bit excited. That'll back the Trojans up 5 yards. Ball will now be at the 40-yard line, 1st and 15 for the Trojans.
First down 15.
Trojans come back in that same set. Twins at the top, single receiver at the bottom. Looks like we're going to continue to try to throw the football. This time to number 1, Norton. He high points the football, comes down with it. Going to get a flag for targeting after that. So the football came down at the 13-yard line. Heck of a throw and catch there from Day to Norton for a Beth Price, Keller Williams first down. But the flag came out potentially for targeting a defensive receiver, but they are having a conversation. Wasn't a really big hit, so I would not be surprised to see them pick this flag up. We'll see what these officials determine. Little sandstorm now playing inside the stadium. Students are enjoying that. Officials are still debating this. Quite honestly, if I'm them, I pick this flag up, wave it off. Hit was not forceful enough. Norton was able to hop right up. I am a little old school, though. Not a huge fan of the targeting penalties in general, even if they are against our own team. They do call targeting. Surprised they didn't pick that up. So nope, they do pick it up. They wave it off, which I expected to see. The hit was not that forceful, not necessarily sure that deserved a targeting flag. I like the fact that the officials got together, talked about it. No need to penalize Christian Heritage in a situation like that. So the Trojans now take over, 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Would not be surprised if we saw a fade to Norton at the bottom of your screen right here again. Instead, it's going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's going to take the football to the 11-yard line, so pick up of 2 there to bring up 2nd and 8.
Tag away by Cooper Middleton. And 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8.
Would expect the Trojans to start subbing if they score here. I mean, another handoff to Bond to the outside. He's going to push it, but he's going to get tackled from behind after a gain of about a yard. So the ball now sits at the 10-yard line. Going to be 3rd and 7. Looks like Vaughn's going to come out. Groce is going to come in for this 3rd and 7. Clock continues to run. Just under 6:15 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Looks like we're going to have Twins at the bottom of your screen with Norton and number 11, Hurley McAllister. McAllister had about 5 or 6 catches 2 weeks ago against Heritage in his return from injury. Have not seen him get to be quite as active tonight. Potentially a good opportunity to hit him on a skinny slant here. Looks like we're going to have another offsides on the Trojans here. False start. We're going to back the Trojans up 5 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 12 here for the Trojans. Trojans don't get a big gain here. We may see Grimes have another attempt at a field goal. He attempted 2, I believe, at Heritage. Was 1 for 2. So 3rd and 11 for the Trojans. Groce remains in the backfield. Single receiver, top and bottom. One-on-one coverage at the bottom of your screen with Norton. He's going to have a chance in the... Oh, and that ball is thrown for an interception. And the ball's returned to the 11-yard line. So Trojans aren't able to capitalize there after some big gains. Looked like we held onto the ball a little too long there. Receiver was open initially. Ball was thrown a little bit late DB was able to make a play on the football. And so that'll be a turnover, second turnover of the game for your Trojans. They still lead 42-14 with 5:26 left to go here in the third quarter, but unable to capitalize on that field position inside the red zone there of the Lions. Got a wide stack at the top of your screen here, single receiver at the bottom. Going to be a handoff here. Up the middle, pickup of about 4. One of the better runs Christian Heritage has had so far tonight. Don't have enough time on the clock to be running the football very much, though. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Football now sits at the 15-yard line. Christian Heritage is going to line up with a tight set at the top of your screen. Trips with the 2 twins up top, very tight. Single receiver at the bottom. So definitely a passing situation here. Going to be a straight drop back. Going to be a quick out throw. Trojans do a nice job there. Good read by number 4, Braxton Daniel. Pickup of only a yard. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So again, Braxton Daniel does a nice job closing on that long throw by the quarterback to the outside. So 3rd down now for Christian Heritage. We'll see what the Trojans have in store. Looks like our corners are going to swap sides. We're going to have twins at the bottom of your screen here. Single receiver at the top. 3rd and about 4 for Christian Heritage here. See if the Trojans can get another big stop. Sure what happened here. Looks like it's going to be a delay of game there on Christian Heritage. Terrible timing for that, for them. So back them up 5 yards, going to bring up 3rd and 9. Now the Trojans have the opportunity to put some pressure on the quarterback. 3rd and 4. Trojans probably not going to be able to get to the quarterback before he can make a quick 3-step drop. Now they may have an opportunity to get to it. They come out, twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Looks like they're not changing the play call despite the loss of 5. Going to be a straight drop back, throw over the middle. Nice hit there by number 4, Braxton Daniel. Looked like number 9, Peyton Groce, actually came up with that football. It was a big hit by number 4, Braxton Daniel. We've got an injured player, and because we have an injured player, we'll take a timeout.
Official timeout on the field.
All right, Trojan fans, we were able to get that player up, and he was able to walk off on his own power. So thank goodness for that. But it's 1st down and 10 for the Lions. Ball sits at the 28-yard line. We've got twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, single back to the right of the quarterback in the backfield. Trojans are lined up in that 4-4 set. It's going to be another straight drop back. Ball's going to be thrown deep, and it is going to be incomplete. Good coverage there by number 8, Oliver. Ball was slightly overthrown, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Good coverage there by Oliver. He was with that receiver step for step. Looks like the Trojans are going to remain in that 4-down lineman set. 2 middle linebackers. in Vaughn and Groce. Ball snap's going to be a run to the outside. Tackle's going to be made by a host of Trojans. Let's see who comes up. Number 9, Groce. Number 33, Vaughn are the two primary tacklers there. It looks like number 45, Sean Harms-Benefold, was also involved there in that tackle. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Lions. Second time they've been in 3rd and 9 so far. Looks like they're going to come out double twins. Twins at the top of your screen are going to be stacked. Trojans are going to bring pressure. Ball's going to be thrown deep once again. Oh, and they're going to call pass interference there. Ball was completely underthrown.
Penalty flag on the play.
Number 8, Oliver, was face guarding. Ball was so underthrown. Receiver stopped. Looks like the call is because Oliver ran through the receiver, but not a great call there in my opinion. It's going to be an automatic first down there for Christian Heritage. Don't love that call. It was a terrible throw by the quarterback. No chance the receiver's going to catch that football. But because it was such a bad throw, receiver tried to come back to it. Oliver ran through him, and the pass interference was called. So you got the same setup again. Stacked twins at the top of your screen. They're spread out wide at the bottom of your screen. No back in the backfield. Going to be a hitch and go again. It's going to be throw to the outside. Tackle's going to be made by Groce after a half a yard pickup. Looks like no gain there. Maybe a yard. Sticks moved a little bit as the player hit him over there. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 9. It's a nice tackle there by Groce. They tried to hit the Trojans with that hitch and go again. Looked like if the quarterback would have waited just another half second, that hitch and go was coming open. Twins at the bottom of your screen. Stacked twins again at the top of your screen. No back in the backfield. Christian Heritage has shown that they need to pass the football. See if the Trojans can put a little bit of pressure on them here. Going to be a blitz here. Throw over the middle is good throw. It's going to be a first down across midfield. Tackle made at the 45-yard line of the Trojans. Nice job blocking there by the Christian Heritage line. Trojans brought a blitz. The ball actually made it all the way to the Trojan 44-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Christian Heritage. They are eating up clock trying to move this football. It's taking them forever to get these plays in. Looks like we're going to have trips at the bottom of your screen. Maybe. That's actually going to be a back in the backfield. So twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. They're eating up 40 seconds every play. It's taking forever to get a play call in here. Tackle's going to be made by number 3, Price, there after a gain of nothing. So that's going to bring up 2nd 10. Good tackle there by number 3, Price. Christian Heritage is going to have to speed this thing up. It's taking them forever to get plays in. Down by 4 scores. Got to do something here. Twins at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. 1 back in the backfield. Be a blitz coming from the top of your screen here. Quarterback's going to run up the middle. He's going to be taken down from behind by number 6, Ross, for a loss of 1 yard. So that's going to be another Crawfish Springs custom cabinetry and millwork sack by number 6, Garrett Ross.
It's 3rd down and 10.
Brings up 3rd and 11 for Christian Heritage after that 1 yard loss. Ross has done a phenomenal job so far tonight defensively. Clock continues to run down to about 45 seconds. Christian Heritage seems to be in no hurry. Twins at the bottom, single receiver at the top. Trojans look like they're going to bring blitz again here. Quarterback gets hit. Ball hits the ground, and that's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th and 11 with 30.6 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
It's 4th down and 11 for the Lions.
Shout out to my man Dane Anderson, who's at home. I just have to say, how about those apples, buddy? Trojans got to make a stand here on 4th and 11. Again, pass interference was the only way that the Lions were able to get a first down last time. Looks like they're going to have one-on-one coverage with Oliver at the top of the screen. Would not be surprised to see this quarterback challenge Oliver at the top of the screen. He does with the hitch and go, but the Trojans put a ton of pressure on the quarterback. Number 6, Ross. Number 3, Price. Both wide into that quarterback. Ball falls incomplete. 24.4 seconds left. And your Gordon Lee Trojans are going to take over at their own 45-yard line on down. So nice job there by the Trojans. Looks like the Trojans are going to run number 60, Conrad Leichman, onto the field. It's the only sub I've seen so far. Looks like number 17, Levi Meacham's coming in at that tight end position. Looks like Logan Price, number 3, is getting taped up on the sideline, a little blood on his elbow. Going to be a handoff here to Vaughn. He's going to drive his feet, pick up 4 yards to the 49-yard line. That should be the last play here of the third quarter, and your Gordon Lee Trojans lead 42-14. Ball sitting at the 49-yard line, so it'll be easy to flip the field here for the fourth quarter. And as we flip the field, we will take a commercial break.
You gotta come see us on September 27th. We've got 15% off all Echo Power equipment. It's trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Top quality tools at great prices. Don't miss out and come see us at Ace Hardware Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of '79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs.
When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance.
That's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
All right, Trojan fans, it's the fourth quarter of this year's homecoming game. 12 minutes remain on the clock. Trojans lead 42-14.
The junior class.
So the Trojans are going to have twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Handoff to number 33, Vaughn. We've already got a flag. It's going to be a loss of about 4 yards there. Not sure what that flag's going to be for. It's going to be a false start on the Trojans. So we're going to back it up 5 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 11. Huge shout out so far tonight to this offensive line of the Trojans. They've been able to run the football at will.
2nd down and 11 for Gordon Lee.
Been very impressed with what the Trojans have been able to do. Looks like number 60, Leichman's coming in. Number 5, Noah Garrison's coming out. The Trojans are going to go with an extra offensive lineman here. Love it. See if we get some power run going on. Number 17, Levi Meacham in at tight end. Vaughn remains with the running back. Quarterback, Vaughn picks up a yard there. Quarterback's number 4, Braxton Daniel. Looks like Vaughn's going to come out. Groce is going to come back in at running back.
And 1 yard on the play. It's 3rd down and 10.
Ball sits at the 45-yard line, 3rd and 10 for the Trojans. Number 4, Braxton Daniel remains at quarterback. Handoff's going to be to Groce. No, keeper by Braxton up the middle. He's going to take the football all the way to the 49-yard line, but that's going to bring up 4th and about 6 for the Trojans. So the Trojans are going to punt the football here.
Tackle made by Middleton. Ball is placed on the Gordon Lee 49-yard line. It's 4th down and 6.
4th and 6 for the Trojans. Braxton Daniels going to stand at about the 40-yard line to punt. Returner's going to be standing at about the 21-yard line here. See what the Trojans have in store. Vaughn goes in motion. Looks like the Trojans are going to go with that right-footed rugby kick. Ball's going to hit, bounce straight up. Going to be fielded at the 20-yard line by number 8, Bryson Oliver. So Christian Heritage will take over 1st and 10 there.
2025 homecoming queen was crowned today, but also the float contest was won by the junior class.
Just heard over the loudspeaker that the parade float contest was won by the junior class today. So shout out to the junior class for their golf cart making skills.
340 students participated.
Look like Christian Heritage is going to come out. Twins at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. One single back in the backfield. It's going to be a straight drop back. Quick out route's going to be dropped. Good coverage there by Oliver. He was closing. Would have been a pickup of about 3 had the receiver caught the football. But he did not. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Not sure why the clock continues to run after an incomplete pass, but it does. So should be a short 4th quarter based on that. The Trojans are going to drop back into a 3-3 look here. Price at the middle linebacker. Vaughn playing outside linebacker here at the bottom of your screen. Straight drop back. Tons of pressure being put on by number 6. Quarterback was able to throw the football, pick up of about 3 yards to the 24-yard line, but that's going to bring up 3rd and about 7 here for Christian Heritage. Clock again continues to run. Not sure. Nope, now it stopped. Not sure what's going on with the clock. Student section continues to be excited. Trojans back in that 4-2 look. Pressure being put on again by number 6, Ross. Ball's thrown over the middle well. Number 4, Braxton Daniel, does a nice job making the tackle, but it's a pickup of about 12 yards there all the way to the 35-yard line. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for Christian Heritage. Ross continues to be a menace defensively, chasing the quarterback all over the field. Got Twins at the top and bottom of your screen. No backs in the backfield here, so certainly a passing situation. Going to be a blitz here. Quarterback's going to try to throw this football deep. Oliver in coverage. Nice job there by Oliver looking back for the football. That's going to bring up 2nd 10. Good coverage there by Oliver. When I used to teach DBs, I always talk to them about having a hand on the receiver, but below their belt line. Oliver had his hand on that receiver's hip. Did a really good job of staying step for step with that receiver and turning to make a play. Oliver did come up a little hobbled. Looked like he may have a bit of a cramp, so we'll see here if that has any impact later. Double Twins here again. Going to be a straight drop back. Ball's going to be dropped by the receiver. Great throw there. Would have been a pickup of about 20 yards. Receiver was unable to hold on to it. So the clock sits at 8:14, 3rd and 10 for Christian Heritage.
Pass intended to number 9, Cash Ridley, incomplete. His 3rd down and 10.
Christian Heritage continues to take a ton of time to get plays in. Fortunately, this time the clock's not running. Empty set here. Twins top and bottom. Quarterback's being flushed. Does make a heck of a throw, though. Ball's going to be out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th and 1. Football gets all the way to the 44-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and 1. So we'll see if Christian Heritage has the guts to try to run for this first down, if they're going to continue to throw the football. Going to be Twins at the top of your screen. Going to need to have a second DB out there. Twins at the bottom. Would not be surprised if we saw a quarterback run directly up the middle here. Quarterback does attempt to run, breaks through the first tackle, and is finished off by Vaughn, but not before he gets the first down. Trojans were able to make contact in the backfield, but weren't able to hold on, and so pickup of a first down there by the Lions quarterback. Ball now sits at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Looks like the Lions are going to line up with trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Going to be a straight drop back. Going to try to go deep here at the bottom of your screen against Oliver. Great catch by the receiver. Oliver was in great position, went up to try to break that pass up, but heck of a catch there by the receiver. Football gets all the way down to the 23-yard line of the Trojans. 1st and 10 for Christian Heritage. They continue to battle despite the fact that they're down 42-14. Haven't seen the most recent update on the Ringgold LFO score. Last one I got, the score was 21-10. Gonna be another straight drop back. Potentially could have been picked off there by number 1 Norton. He didn't see the football. That would have been a foot race to the end zone had he been able to see the football. He was going to make a tackle. Ball was thrown a little high. He brings up 2nd and 10 from the 23-yard line. Trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. No back in the backfield. Trojans are again going to try to bring pressure. Ball's going to be thrown. Another heck of a catch by number 4. Oliver went up again, was in great position. Receiver makes an incredible catch over the top of number 8 Oliver for a touchdown. That's going to make your score 42-20, pending the extra point. Christian Heritage continues to battle. If you're the coach of Christian Heritage, you have to appreciate the heart your team's showing, continuing to fight, despite the fact that they were down 4 scores. Now they're down 3 scores, pending this extra point. Kick is up, kick is good. Great video of that catch there by our incredible camera lady. Appreciate that shot. Unfortunately, it was not us that caught that touchdown. It was the opponent. Hopefully we can get some good footage of another Trojan touchdown here. See what the Trojans do. All of the starters were still in the game that last possession offensively. Let's see if the Trojans continue to do that here. Would expect to see an onside kick from Christian Heritage here, but not sure. See if the Trojans run their hands team out onto the field. I just threw a sweetheart down to my sweetheart in the stands, Matt Cooper. The Trojans are set up to return. Number 9 Groce stands at about the 5-yard line. The last kickoff was a roller to number 3 Logan Price. He picked it up, almost returned it for a touchdown, but was brought back for holding. Going to be another kick. This one's going to end up out of bounds. Trojans are going to get great field position. Ball should come out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Based on what's currently walking onto the field, looks like the Trojans are going to continue to keep the starters out there. Well, we will see. I do see Vaughn coming in. It does look like number 17, Levi Mitchum's going to come in at quarterback. It does look like number 62, Parker Ray, is going to be in here. Twins at the top, single receiver at the bottom. Going to be a handoff to number 33, Vaughn, up the middle. He's going to drive forward for 3 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 7. Trojans are going to line up twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Vaughn remains in the backfield. Another handoff to Vaughn up the middle. It's going to get rolled up after a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Trojans. Looks like we're now going to take Meacham off, run the starting quarterback back onto the field here, as well as Groce on 3rd and 5 with 5:53 left to go here in the 4th quarter.
3rd down 5 for the Trojans.
Would expect the Trojans to pass here after running Meacham off. Running day on, but they hand it off to number 9, Groce. He goes hard to the outside, picks up the 1st down, but we have another hold at the bottom of your screen. So that's going to back the Trojans up after picking up that 1st down. I will tell you this, they've already moved the chains, which is going to get real confusing. Groce had a nice run there for a 1st down, but that holding is going to back it up 10 yards.
Preliminary indication is holding against Gordon Lee.
That's going to make it 3rd and 16 for the Trojans. Ball now sits at the 32-yard line with 5:32 left to go. Trojans up 42-21.
3rd down 15 for the Trojans.
Going to be a deep pass here to number 8. Catch made by Oliver, and he's going to take this one to the house. I don't see any flags. Touchdown, Trojans. And that touchdown was brought to you by Georgia Dupree United Real Estate Experts. Great catch there by Oliver. DB went up to try to take the ball from Oliver, came down empty, and that's a touchdown for your Gordon Lee Trojans, which will make the score 48-21 pending the extra point. Grimes set up for this extra point to make it 49-21 with 5:19 left to go in the game. Kick is up. Kick is good, and Grimes remains perfect on the season. Trojans lead 49-21 with 5:19 left to go here in the game.
Kicking off for the Trojans, number 26, Ira Grimes. Back deep, Heel and Broom. Number 9 on the return, Cash Ridley. Number 23, Jasper Beeson on the tackle. Ball's returned to the 34-yard line. First down 10, Christian Heritage from their own 34. Jackson Cimarro on the carry. Barnes Benefield and Ross on the tackle. Also 2 yards on the play. It's second down and 12. Pass intended to Moore, incomplete. Third down, 12.
Accidentally muted myself there, folks. Sorry about that.
Tackle made by Bryson Oliver.
So it looks like that's going to bring up 4th down. Now we have a flag, late flag there. Not sure what happened there. Very late flag. I did not see that play, so not sure what happened there. Was it a late hit out of bounds?
Personal foul against the Trojans.
Looks like the Trojans are going to get called for a personal foul there well after the play was over. Looked like the coach was yelling at the official. Official decided to toss a flag late. Give 15 yards here to Christian Heritage. Ball now sits at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Lions.
On the 47-yard line, first down 10, Christian Heritage.
A lot of young players in here defensively for the Trojans. See what they can do here. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Tackle's going to be made by number 17, Leachman. Sorry, Meacham, and the ball came out, and the official was trying to say the guy was down, which is unbelievable. Wasn't even remotely down. Ball was recovered by the Trojans, but the officials trying to say they were down. Terrible call there. Looks like number 70, Joseph Mason, came into the game. Number 62, Parker Ray, coming in. Clock continues to run. 3:50 left to go here in the 4th quarter. It'll be 2nd and 9 here for the Lions. Twins at the top, single receiver at the bottom. It's going to be another handoff up the middle. Tackle's going to be made by, let's see who that was, number 17, Levi Meacham. After a gain of about a yard, it's going to bring up 3rd and 8. Nice tackle there by 17.
1 yard on the play. It's 3rd down and 8.
Looks like number 24, Charlie Campbell's playing corner at the top of your screen. Number 31, I believe that's James Schaefer, playing corner at the bottom of your screen. Number 15, Jenkins in at safety, as well as number 23, Jasper Beeson. Again, third and about 8. It's going to be a straight drop back. Trojans trying to put pressure on the quarterback. He's going to run. Meacham's going to run him out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. So that's going to bring up 4th and about 3 there. So nice job there by the Trojans. That was more of a coverage sack than anything. Young DBs did a nice job in coverage. Quarterback was able to leak out, pick up about 6 there. So brings up 4th and 3. Clock continues to run. Actually, no, clock is stopped after running out of bounds. 2:58 left to go here. Twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Trojans need a stop here to get some of these young offensive players in the game for one last possession. Going to be a straight drop back. Easy pitch and catch. Tackle made by number 24, Charlie Campbell, but that's another first down. The ball now sits at the 37-yard line of the Trojans. Looks like number 19, Honor Smith, now coming to the game at defensive end. Also have in number 85, Ethan Howard at the top of your screen. It's going to be a big run here. Tackle's going to be made by number 20, Dylan Curry. That's after a gain of 7, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 3. Ball now sits at the 30-yard line. Clock runs with 2:35 left to go here in the game. Trojans certainly have this game in hand, but would love to see some of these young guys get one possession offensively. Going to be a handoff here to the outside. Tackle's going to be made again by number 20, Dylan Curry. 2 tackles in a row. That was a tackle for a 3-yard loss. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 7. So nice job there by Curry. It's like number 85, Ethan Howard, coming out. Number 67, Cody Paglino coming in. Sorry, I'm butchering that last name. I need to figure out how to say that properly. Apologize. Number 19, Honor Smith, the defensive end at the bottom of your screen here. Going to be a straight drop back. Same thing as last time. Charlie Campbell does make the tackle, though. And it brings up 4th and 2. Trojans are going to need to close the gap here from a corner perspective. On this play here, you're going to get that same hitch route for a first down. Nice tackle there by Campbell at the top of the screen, though. Clock's down to 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go here in the game. It'll be that same pass play that got on the last first down. Tackle's made there by number 84, which is Eli Peak. That is another first down for Christian Heritage. Clock is now down to below 55 seconds. Ball sits at the 25-yard line. Trojans want to bow their back here. Don't give up another score. Let's win this game 49-21. Going to be another handoff here. Tackle's going to be made by number 17, Meacham. He made initial contact. Also had number 62 in on the tackle there, which is Parker Ray. The clock's now down to 29 seconds. See if Christian Heritage attempts to run one more play here before the end of the game. 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. Looks like Christian Heritage has decided they're not going to run a play, and your Gordon Lee Trojans are going to win their 2025 homecoming game 49-21 over the Christian Heritage Lions. This week's player of the game is no doubt number 33, Lane Vaughn. Had close to 200 yards rushing. 3 touchdowns that I can remember. Potentially could have been 4, and definitely had double-digit tackles. So shout out to Lane Vaughn for winning the local beer company player of the week here for homecoming. Big win for your Trojans. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Go Dogs. I'm signing out.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, congratulate Kaylee Russell for the 2025 Homecoming Queen. On behalf of Superintendent Stacy McDaniel, Principal Michael Langston, and the Gordonly Athletic Department, we wish to thank everyone for attending tonight's game. We look forward to seeing you at the next Trojan football game. The Trojans return to action next Friday night, September 26th at Chattooga Valley. Correction, Chattooga County. At this time, we would ask you to please join the Trojan Marching Band and all Gordon Lee students, present and past, in the playing of our alma mater.